Hey Archery Talk, this is Lucas, and today I've got my kind of first impression reviews of the new Mathews V3 27 and 31. I've just had these in for, I don't know, a week or two right now, and I've not put as many arrows as I will before I do my final long-term reviews, but I thought I'd give you a quick look at early impressions and some speed test results and all of that, and let's get started right now. I'm guessing speed is going to be top of mind for a lot of you out there, so I set both of these bows up with 70 pounds of draw weight. They both came in real high. The 27 came in at about 75, and the 31 came in at about 74, so I dropped them both down to 70, just taking some turns out of the limbs. And I've set them both up with 29.5-inch draw length mods. Now in typical Mathews fashion, they're both coming in a little longer than that. The 27's coming in at 30 and 1/8, and the 31's coming in at 30 and 1/16. So draw length is pretty much bang on for both of these things. To test for speed, I used a 350 grain gold tip platinum pierced arrow, and I shot the 27 first. All three arrows came in at 326 feet per second, 326 feet per second, and 326 feet per second. That's as consistent as you're going to get, and a solid speed out of this bow. And the 31, very similar speeds, just a touch lower. My first arrow for this one was 325 feet a second. Second arrow came in at 326. And the last arrow came in at 324 for an average of 325. So just 1 foot a second difference for speed, as you'd expect. These pretty much have the same IBO numbers, the same brace height and all of that, same draw length, same weight. That's what's going to happen. Very similar speeds. Perhaps the most important factor for me in choosing a bow, a hunting bow or a target bow, is how much I like the draw cycle. And Mathews has really been hitting it out of the park for me ever since the cross-centric cams came out. And this year is no different. The draw cycle is very, very similar to the VXR last year, to the Vertex the year before. Very smooth and linear. I'm going to show you what the draw cycle looks like. I shot that just a second ago, so let's go have a look at that right now. Draw cycle on both the V3 31 and the 27 are, as you might expect, very similar. I'll kind of give you an example right now. I'll shoot the 31 here for you. And again, typical Mathews fashion with these cross-centric cams, very smooth and linear. We've known that for years. I am anchoring a little bit better with this bow. I get my nose on the string without really having to go too far in the way, leaning too far down. The 27 is a little different. I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. So the 27 has the same smooth draw cycle. Again, there's just no hump into the valley on these things, which I'm a big fan of. The only issue I'm getting with this one is I'm getting a little fletching contact on my face when I get anchored in. It's just brushing my chin just the slightest little bit. Hasn't affected any accuracy so far, but I thought it was worth pointing out. Keep in mind, I've got a fairly long draw length, and this is a pretty short bow, but I am getting just that touch of fletching contact on my chin. When it comes to tuning, both of these bows give me the same little problem. I was getting a low tear through paper, so I just dropped my rest down on both of these to get it fixed. It's working pretty good right now. I don't think I have it 100% dialed in yet, but I really haven't had these all that long. So when I have a little more time, and when my archery club opens up again, I'll really be able to dig in there and use the equipment and get these things as dialed in as I possibly can. But realistically, they were good. I had no left to right issues. I just chose to put my D-loop and mounted it just dead even with that angled cable guard where it comes out of the wheels, and that seemed to do the trick. I might have been better off upping my the D-loop position just like a 1/16 of an inch or something like that. But this is what I've done so far, and tuning-wise, this worked out pretty good. We should talk about accuracy just a little bit, and every year I see these short bows. I started with the Triax, then the VXR 28, and now the V3 27. I think it's just going to be too short for me. I've got a long draw length, I'm a tall guy, and it's such a short bow, I think it's never going to work out, and it always works out. I don't know what the magic formula is, but I can't say enough how well I'm shooting both of these bows. The 31 that's kind of like 31 to 33 inches, kind of my wheelhouse for hunting bows. But the 27 has not let me down whatsoever. I shot these things at 50 yards and doing group tuning, and I can't really see a noticeable difference. They both hold very well. I keep thinking these a bow is going to just be too small for me to feel accurate with, but it's so far it's not the case. I would say I'm maybe just a touch more comfortable with the 31 at this point, but it is negligible. And any real differences I'm seeing in group size and scores out to 50 yards so far are, I think, just user error. They're both holding incredibly well. I'm just using a short stabilizer on both of these things. It's really The accuracy wise, super impressive. When I get some other bows in this year, we'll do some more tests head to head to see what I could do for scores wise at maybe 50 or 70 yards or more. But until then, I've just got, these are my only 2021 bows in so far, so they're the early leaders. We'll touch on fit and finish real quick before we wrap this up, and these are both brand new bows, and so they look great. I'm a fan of the new camo pattern that Mathews sent over on the 27, but if I'm choosing a favorite, I'm going to go with this green on the V3 31. I had the same color on the VXR 28 last year. It looks sensational in person. I like a solid color bow personally. So if I'm spending my money, I'm probably going to go with this color, at least if I'm shooting a Mathews. The only negative I've got so far on any of these bows is the stabilizer bushing on the 31 came out the first time I unscrewed my stabilizer. The bushing itself screws in, so I'm just going to put some Loctite on there, and I have no doubt it's going to hold in place. But a weird little issue right off the bat, nothing I'm super concerned about. I think Loctite's going to fix it up right away. I think that's about it for now, Archery Talk. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.